Welcome, welcome, welcome. Welcome back. Welcome to another edition of Let That Sink In. Well, I'm your host, Don P. And I would like to apologize for my hiatus, but I had some technical difficulties that I had to get straight. I don't know what happened, but it was a lot of things going on technically, and I had some personal issues that I had going on, but I'm back. And I missed y'all and miss talking to y'all, but I'm back and we about to talk about this stuff that I've been having on my mind since I've been away. And first things first, I would like to get into a lot of things I've been seeing that's been going on is the housing crisis. I have been reading reports of record highs of evictions, homelessness, extended stays being packed full, no vacancies, kids moving back home with their parents because they just can't afford mortgages and they can't afford rent because rent is skyrocketing. About a year ago, I talked to a real estate agent and I was asking them, what was changing? And he told me that a lot of corporations, a lot of investment groups, a lot of banks are buying up property and they're going in and they rehabbing these homes and they're driving the price of rent up and leasing up to astronomical rates where, people can't afford to pay that with the salaries that they're being paid and the inflation that is going up, that's shrinking their dollar, that they don't have the buying power that they used to have before all this inflation and things. So we got a crisis going on right now. I was at the corner store and I seen a guy, he was just laying in front of the corner store, not on the side, not around the back, right in the front, laying down, sleep, homeless. Now, I don't know if he suffers from mental illness or whatever, but whatever the case may be, that was, you didn't see that as much as you do now. I mean, you go riding through a lot of these major cities and you see a lot of homelessness. I mean, you drive through like downtown areas and, I frequent different major cities and it's the same in almost all cities. I mean, from Houston to Austin to Atlanta to Vegas, DC, Detroit, Chicago. I mean, this homelessness is getting out of control. And I think people need to step up now before it becomes too much of a crisis that it's almost to a point of no return to where no one can afford to live in a lot of these spaces. Now, I don't know why apartments rent is skyrocketing. I mean, all I can see, I'm quite sure there's a story behind it, but I can't see why all of a sudden last year you were paying X amount of dollars and then this year it's risen like 10, 20, 30%. It's just crazy. And and what I do notice is, and I've been paying attention to, is they're trying to price out the middle class in America. The middle class is dwindling down. They're making it into the haves and the have-nots. And, the working class is what fuels the economy here in the United States. And for them to take it away, there has to be some type of plan that they're instituting that causes these issues to occur. And it's just crazy to just think about, that you have people that don't value the citizens of the country. It seemed like, you would want to take care of your middle class, but that's not the case. You got this double digit inflation that's going on, where your dollar's not buying as much as it used to. And, with these houses, just a year ago, they were on the rise, but just a year ago, you had interest rates of like 3%. And this year, it's all the way up to 7% and up. All depends on what your credit score is. And that's just crazy. But I know why that's happening is because, they just printing money and they don't have anything to back it. And it's just paper now. It's just worth what the paper is printed on now. It's not worth anything. It's not backed by any commodity, backed by gold anymore. It's just paper. And it's only worth how much we believe that it's worth. If we believe in the dollar, that's the only thing that makes it, tradable for transactions and commerce. It's really a crazy game that's going on right now. There's a lot of things that are about to change. There's a lot of things have changed, and we got to get a handle on what's really going on. We're going to have to rethink how we go about money, because as you know, they already want to get rid of the paper dollar and want to go digital. But there's a few countries that's standing in the way of that right now. And they can't get them to get on board. So it's taking longer than they expected that it was going to take. So right now, they're planning to get rid of the dollar. So we're going to have to rethink on how we spend money, how we make money, how we invest money, and how we utilize the dollar, because it's not what it used to be. And if you're I would say 30 and up, you can recognize the change, because you've seen it when the money was a good, and now it's going bad. But like a lot of the youngsters, they don't really understand money, and they don't have anything to compare it to. So to them, they just probably think this is just how it is, right? So it's just disturbing how, this home. I mean, I'm not talking about mentally challenged people. I'm talking about everyday citizens are losing homes. I seen a report where in a lot of these cities, you remember when COVID was around, they couldn't evict people. The landlords had to let these people stay in their homes even if they didn't pay their rent. It was almost like they were squatters because they wasn't paying rent. And they thought that this probably was going to last forever. They was going out buying all kind of stuff, stuff that they didn't need because they wasn't paying their rent, and they just thought they had extra money. But that ran out. So now all these landlords, they're like, I need my money. So you got to get out. I got to get somebody in here that's going to pay, because a lot of people are depending on that payment to pay the mortgage for the house that they're renting out. So they got to get somebody in there to occupy that residence to get that money, because there's some people that lost the home because they wasn't able to pay the mortgage because they wasn't getting the rent from the tenants that was renting their spaces, right? So, it's a lot of stuff going on with the housing crisis, and I don't see it turning anytime soon. A lot of people they got to stay where they at, because if they leave the home that they are in, even if they took the equity out of the house and put it into the next house, you're getting a house at a higher interest rate, which is going to make your mortgage be higher than it was from the place that you left. So a lot of people are just staying put until these interest rates starts leveling off, and they kind of can judge on what's really going to happen, because nobody knows how much the feds are going to continue to raise the rates. So a lot of people are staying where they're at, and they're really not interested in buying homes because the interest rate is so high. And if you understand what it takes to maintain a home, it's just not your mortgage. It's like your insurance, your maintenance, just all the things that come with maintaining a home. You got to make sure that you have enough money that you have on the side just in case of emergencies. But yeah, we need to keep an eye on this housing market, because it's kind of crazy now, and a lot of people are getting evicted. Like I said, I seen a report where Atlanta had over 7,000 evictions. 7,000 evictions this year. And I seen it, in Houston, and others, like I said, other cities, because that time is ran out to where you don't have to pay your rent, right? So whatever you do, just make sure you budget your finances to where you be able to sustain your living in this time to come until these things stabilize. And right now, I don't know when it's all going to stabilize. So just be smart with your money. Be smart with your rent or your lease or your mortgages. Just be smart. Don't go out there and be frivolous and not thinking. And like I told you before, the reason why I make this podcast is to make people think, and I want you to think. So I want to put things on your mind to make you look and say, that's a great point. I keep that in mind, right? So another thing that I want to talk about is the programming that's going on right now. I'm big on people being intellectual and using their mind, using their brain, being forward thinkers, being innovators, being creators, because that is in us. But right now, we're getting dumbed down, and I never thought I would see the day where this country would dumb down their own citizens. But I understand why they want to dumb you down and not have thinkers and creative thinkers and critical thinkers here in the United States. Because if you don't know anything, it's easy to tell you anything. You can't stand on nothing. If you don't know anything, you'll fall for anything if you don't stand on something. And like the saying goes, you do better when you know better. So if they keep you not knowing better, you can't ever do better. So that's why they're dumbing people down. And then, they got this AI coming out that's going to make people even more non-thinkers, because they're going to be relying on computers, AI to do a lot of things for them. And, AI is going to take a lot of jobs. So you're going to have to recreate yourself. Maybe you went to school for something that, a job that AI is going to take over. And unless you recreate yourself and go learn something new, I don't know where you're going to go, because a lot of this AI is taking over a lot of these lower end jobs, because, they have robots and, automation and things of that nature that's taking away from these lower end jobs. So you're gonna be competing with AI. Now, when I tell you that, I always, because I'm a thinker. I'm a Virgo, so I'm a thinker. So I'm always thinking, and I'm like, so if they want to create these robots and this AI and take jobs from people, what is going to be the purpose of the people that's not able to be productive in society? Because they already say we overpopulated. So if you put a robot in place, you basically got two people trying to occupy one spot. So, a lot of times, we got a lot of this food that's bad, air that's bad, medicine that's bad. They try to get you on the medicine every time you go to the hospital or doctor. They want to prescribe you some kind of medicine. That's why you see CVS's and Walgreens and a pharmacy in every Target or Walmart or, just all over the place, because they want to get you on those drugs, because those drugs make a lot of money. The money is not in the cure, it's in the treatment. And those pills are going to always be something that they want to get you on, because that's a steady stream of income. So just think about that. Like I said, you got this AI that's coming and trying to take over. And the programming, not outside of computers, is the programming of your mind. Your brain is a computer, and they're trying to control your computer and program your computer to think what they want you to make it think. So that's where you get all this social media and you get all this music that's going into your brain and creating narratives in your brain that's teaching you how to think, making you be very aggressive, making you think on low frequencies, on low vibration. And I don't want this to be a spoiler alert, but if any of you all seen they clone Tyrone, you might want to fast forward through this part, because I want to talk about that movie for a minute. And the reason, if you looked at the movie, you saw that they were in the club and they had the white DJ. See, he was the puppet master because he was playing the music. So he influenced the crowd with the music that he was playing. And they had, like, when they was playing the pump music and to get you hyped, the crunk music, everybody was up and they was ready to fight or whatever. But when he played the love song, the guys, they started hugging, and they went from fighting to hugging each other. And that was just a message in there to just let you know that the music is programming people to react the way you see people reacting now. That's very aggressive, very, I would say, ignorant. I'm sorry to say it, but it is what it is. Case in point. I don't know if y'all listen to music or anything, but there's the artist out there, and I'm just not picking on her, because there's many of them out there. 90%, I would say, is out there, but I'm just going to use hers because hers is so to the left. And there's an artist out there. I can't even call her an artist, because I think she was planted in the music industry to do exactly what they wanted to do. And she goes by the name of Sexy Red. She has the most raunchiest lyrics that you can ever hear. And she got these little kids that's reciting her lyrics, and they got these. I seen a teacher with her kids reciting some of her songs and they jumping up and having a good time or whatever. And this is in our schools. This is in our public schools. Then I seen a meme where they showed that classroom with them dancing to her lyrics. And then they showed a video of an Asian kid when he was on his tablet figuring out mathematics. This is what I mean by the dumb down that's coming. And another instance that I seen that's a sad sight. And these are, I would have to guess, maybe like mid to late 20s, maybe early 30s. I mean, this posture, this position that they hold it just irks my nerves. And they can't even talk to each other. I seen 3 people on an elevator and all of them were like this on their phone, looking at their phone. And then I took a peek to look at what they were looking at. And guess what all 3 of them was looking at? They wasn't looking at anything that was going to teach their minds or anything. Guess what they were looking at? Instagram. Terrible day. Terrible day we coming into. It's a terrible day. I hate to say it, but this is how. But I'm here to wake everybody up, wake people up, and get back to thinking again. And by the way, since I'm back, for all y'all out there, all my lookers and my viewers, and I would like you to like this, hit the like button, put me back in the algorithm because I've been gone for a while. So I'm probably going to have to build myself back up. Hit the like button and go out there and share this video and tell all your friends and family to tune in that there's a new podcast that's back called Let That Sink In. And we're going to have these conversations and we're going to say what we feel, and we're not going to be apologetic to what we feel. So like, comment, subscribe, and share this video. And I really, really appreciate it. And I appreciate you tuning in today. And I hope that I can depend on you to go and tell somebody about this podcast. But, another way, that they're trying to control you is, like I said, by programming your mind, and 2, to keep you in debt. Because if you're in debt, you will always be their robot, because you will always have to depend on them for a paycheck, for your survival, for your very existence. So if anybody out there has small kids or grandkids or whatever, I would like to suggest to you, please teach your children or your grandchildren entrepreneurship. Please teach them that. Teach them about money and entrepreneurship. Teach them how to make money, and teach them how to make money, and utilize money to make money for themselves. Because I'm telling you, I've been working for majority of my life, and I ask myself all the time, I know God didn't put us here for this. I know he didn't put us here to live like this. I know you got to work, because if you don't work, you don't eat, but you got to eat. But that's only because they have taught us that mentality. Because God has put everything here on this earth for us to survive for free. And we've been duped into thinking that what is free, we have to pay for, because of this system and this matrix that we live in today teaches us this. School teaches us this. Society teaches us this. Social media teaches us this. Social media teaches us this. The things that they program into our mind teaches us this. And I'm going to get in deeper reasons why that is. And again, I just want to say that I want to put out there a disclaimer that it's my philosophy. Those are my philosophies, right? So when you look at what I'm saying, try to understand that these are my philosophies, and you may have a different view because of the shoes that you grew up in, but the totality of it is true, right? There might be many roads, but when they lead to one common place, then it don't matter which road you traveled in on, right? Now, I want to read something to you that I've seen that I would like you to listen to, and the reason why, that we're part of this matrix. So it says, these people are magicians, society, the gatekeepers. These people are magicians. They know that human consciousness co-creates reality based on what the mind believes to be true and real. This process is amplified when instilled in the crowd's consciousness. They are projecting what they want into your mind so you can build it for them. So basically what they're saying is they're teaching you things, putting things into your consciousness to build their world, the world that they want us to live in. We're building it. And because we have bought into the mindsets that the westernizers and the colonizers have given us. And this is the reason why we are where we are today. Right? But you see the lies you've been told? They've been lying to us since we've been here. Right? They've been lying to us since we've been here, and we've been buying into it because we have nothing to stand on. And every time we get something to stand on, they come and infiltrate it, and they come and destroy it. And just like I heard somebody say, y'all hate us so much, but when we go off and want to do our own thing, you want to come and destroy it. You want us with you because you can have somebody to stand on top of, because if it was just all of y'all wouldn't be able to handle just being average people, because you are already just ordinary people, but you, in your mind, you think that you're superior, and basically you're not. And they try to make you think that they're superior, and that's how they gain all the power over you. So what we have to do is understand that we're equal and start carrying ourselves as such accordingly, and keep walking in our purpose. And that's what we must do. So this is what I mean about what we have bought into. So listen to this other one. I'm about to give you another one. Listen to this one. Normal is getting dressed in the clothes that you buy for work and drive through traffic in a car that you are still paying for. In order to get to the job, you need to pay for the clothes and the car and the house you leave vacant all day so you can afford to live in it. Now, tell me, is that not crazy? And then, they tell us that all these things are what we need to keep you in debt. So if you're in debt, then you can never be free, because debt is the modern day slavery. You can never be free because you always got to go to that job to get that check to pay for the clothes and the car from the job, and pay for the house that you don't really live in because you just really sleep there and take baths and use the bathroom there to get ready to go back to work the next day. And majority of you have what your weekends off, Saturday and Sunday, and that go by so fast you really don't get to enjoy that because that's really no time. That's really no time. You gotta catch up on housework, run errands, grocery shop. You gotta do all these things. By that time, the weekend is over with. It's back to work. And then, you go to work, you come home, you say, well, I'm tired. And it's not really that you're tired. It's just that you're mentally tired because your daily routine is getting redundant. It's just redundancy. And then you just feel like you're unfulfilled because you're not living in your purpose. And that's what I say. God didn't put us here to live like this, right? So we got to get out of that mentality. We got to figure it out. We got to put our heads together. We got to have some think groups. We got to figure it out. But something is going to have to change. And the sad part about it is, and I hope that it doesn't come down to this, but I heard a saying go, in order for us to elevate, first we got to destroy. And if you don't know what that means is, you got to destroy what you know now to elevate. You got to destroy that mentality that you got, that they have given you to make you think that is normal. We got to tear down. We got to destroy this matrix that we living in. We got to become free. Before we can elevate, we got to destroy. We got to destroy this egotistical, self-centered mindset that it's all about me, because there's no me that's going to thrive in this world by itself, because we all need one another. Everybody plays a part in this world, and everybody going to play a part in the evolution. But we have those that don't want to elevate. I know you're probably saying, well, what about those that don't want to elevate? They just okay with where they at. Then we're going to have to just leave them behind. And we're going to have to leave them where they at. And then, but the ones that want to go up, we got to get together, put our heads together, and get ready to go up, right? And, we've been programmed all our lives through school, through the music, through church, through social media, publications, magazines, all these type of things, because they want us to think how they think. They don't want you to think how you think. They want you to think. They want to tell you how to think and what to think. That's just the way, because if they tell you those things, then they can control you. All right. And I ain't gonna hold y'all too long, because like I say, I'm back, and I just want to let you, I want to let y'all know that I'm back, and I want to give y'all this information, and I'm gonna give y'all this last topic, and I'm gonna be out your hair. Have y'all noticed how they trying to bring COVID back? They trying to implement COVID back, like, all these new strands. Now, if you didn't learn anything from that first COVID, you should know why. I should say, if you didn't learn why that first COVID was going on, and this new one that's coming out, I'm gonna say shame on you, because like the saying goes, you fooled me once, shame on me. You fooled me twice, shame on you. I take that back. That's wrong. That's in reverse. You fooled me once, shame on you. You fooled me twice, shame on me. I sound like George W. Bush Jr. Yeah, had it backwards, but yeah. You're not gonna fool. They didn't fool me the first time, but I know they fooled a lot of people that first time. And you're not gonna fool me the second time. And I hope for the sake of you all that y'all don't fall for this the second time. Right? And I know they're gonna be like, well, I know people that died from COVID. That's what they told you. Now, whatever it is that they put out there, it did attack the respiratory system. And then, that's why they always said the people with pre-existing symptoms or illnesses will be affected the most, because now you're compounding what you already have. That's why the people died. But all I got to say is, get your immune system up. Do whatever you have to do to get your immune system up. Stop eating all this processed food. Get you some vitamins. Get you some exercise. Drink a lot of water. And get your immune system up. And your body will be able to fight off whatever it is that they have out there. Right? So I hope you don't fall for it twice. Please just be mindful of what's really going on, and just stop. One thing I just want to ask is everybody to stop just believing the first thing you hear. Do some research. Go read some stuff and look at some stuff and come to your own consensus of what you think is really going on. And if you don't know what's really going on, ask people and get information. And I'm not saying that you have to believe them, but the more information you have, the more you have to decipher from to get an idea of what's really going on. Right? So please educate your mind on whatever it is that's going on, and just don't believe the first thing that you hear. And whatever you hear from me, go research it, because I could be wrong about some things, and I'm here to learn. I'm not here to say that I know everything, but I am here to believe what I stand on and open to learn other things, more things. Right? So, with that being said, I'm going to get out your hair, and I'm going to say, look for the next episode of Let That Sink In, because we are back. And like I said before, like, comment, subscribe, and share this video. Tell your friends to tell a friend, and tell your family members that we're back, and come check out this podcast. And all I ask is just give me a thumbs up, give me a like, put me back in the algorithm so we can move up and you can get your, and when you subscribe, make sure you hit the notification bell so you always know when new episodes are always out. And I want to say that I missed y'all, but I'm back, and we about to rekindle our relationship together. And I want to tell y'all, when I tell you things, let that sink in, because this is Mind Elevation. And I hope to see y'all again, and see you next time. Peace.